So how's it going tonight, guys? I keep looking back on that top 10 favorites map list, and keep looking back on some of my other lists, and I didn't really like that bosses video that I made a couple videos ago, and what I really like doing is going over the maps. So I decided to make another map video. This time it's going to be the top 10 most underrated maps. Now, this is going to be kind of a scale, going by a scale of, if a map is super disliked and I really, really like it, it'll probably be number one. But if it's kind of, just kind of sort of disliked and I really like it's one of my favorites, then it won't be as high. Same with if it's kind of just sort of disliked, like not really that much, and I just think that it's really, really good, and I don't know why anyone would not like it, then it'll be kind of high too. But I don't know, you'll kind of see as we get going. That might have been a bit confusing, but you'll understand as we get going. And yeah, today we're going to do the top 10 underrated Treyarch Zombies maps, in my opinion. So, coming in at number 10, we have Farm. Now, this might seem like an interesting start to some of you, because, like a lot of people in their lists only include, like, Transit. They don't include, like, the side maps, but all those are maps, in my opinion. Town's a map, Farm's a map, Bus Depot's a map. Those are, even though they're pieces of Transit, they're still separate maps, because it's definitely a lot different than Transit, or a lot different than how that area is in Transit, because obviously you can get the 4 perks on Farm and Town, and then you can't get any perks or Pack Punch on Bus Depot, but on Farm you can get 4 perks, and then on Town you can get 4 perks and even Pack a Punch. And I believe there's actually 5 or 6 perks on Town that you can use. There's 6. Yeah, it's 6. There's a glitch you can use to get all 6 of them. But yeah, anyway, Farm, I do consider it a separate map from Transit. And the reason it comes in at number 10, man, is because I really like, you're going to see that probably kind of later in the list too, I really, really like maps where all you got to do is hit the box, get the guns you want, and then get your 4 perks, and then you're good. That's kind of, I think that's how zombies should be. Obviously, I love Pack-a-Punch too, and I think, to me, perfect maps are maps with 4 perks, or, the original 8 perks from Black Ops 1, and then they have Pack-a-Punch in the map. I think that is actually a perfect setup. I think that kind of after a while it got a little bit too complicated, and then obviously Black Ops 4 is just a mess. But they should have just kept with the same system for some maps, man. They should have kept making maps with 4 perks, just kind of a little bit bare bones, because that's what I like that about zombies, man. Because I don't like setting up that much. I just like getting to the point where I'm trying to survive as long as I can. And, setting up to me can be tedious, especially on certain maps. Even though on certain maps it is fun, on certain maps it's tedious. So I really do like bare bones maps like this. And that's kind of why Farm comes in at number 10 for me, because I don't have a problem with it, and I have a lot of fun playing it. And a lot of people say, oh, I've never even tried that, or oh, that map is horrible. Why would you even play that? But I think it deserves a little bit more credit than that. Come on, guys. It's a playable map, and I've had fun playing it before. So it comes in at number 10. And coming in at number 9, we have another Black Ops 2 map that some people may say is bare bones, and I know a lot of people don't really like, and that is going to be Nuketown. Now, Nuketown Zombies is a standalone DLC on Black Ops 2. It's obviously, Nuketown, the classic multiplayer map, but you can play zombies in it, and it's a random perk spawn and a random Pack-a-Punch spawn as well. So you could get Pack-a-Punch on round 5 or round 25, and you can get Jug on round 5 or round 25, and I love random perk spawn. You guys already know that. I love random perk spawn. It makes it so every game that you play is much different. You're not, even if you are getting the same perks on a map like Shinonuma, because there's only 4 perks, and then even on, Nuketown, I believe there's only 4 perks as well, but it just makes it so that your game changes. You might only want to survive with double tap until round 20, and the next game you'll only have Jug, and then the next game you won't get Pack Punch to round 25. And it's just awesome, I think, man. Makes the replayability much higher, in my opinion, even though some people don't think so. And that's why Nuketown Zombies comes in at number 9. Now, coming to number 8, we have another random perk spawn map, and this is Shinonuma. Now, this could have been higher, but this ain't my favorite map, and I kind of agree a little bit that this map isn't the funnest. I think it's the second worst on World at War, obviously worst being Knocked. I don't care what you have to say about nostalgia or anything, that's just the worst map on World at War, I'm sorry. But, yeah, Shinonuma, it's it's not as good as some of the other World War maps, like not as good as Reserve Rook in my opinion, but it's still extremely fun, man. That random perk spawn just creates this, I don't know, man. I'd really like random perk spawn. You guys already know that, so I'm not even going to get into it again. Shinonuma comes in at number 8. And coming in at number 7, we have another green run map, another piece of transit, and this is going to be Town now. Town, obviously it's a classic. I wouldn't, it could have ranked higher in this list, but, a lot of people do like it, even though there's some haters that say, oh, it's too basic, why would you play this when you can go play Origins? And that, it makes me so mad when people make comments like that. Because I don't want to flip and set up. I don't want to build all 4 staffs. I don't want to upgrade my staff. I don't want to do stuff like that. That's not fun zombies. The fun of zombies is trying to survive, in my opinion. So that's more why this map comes in on the list, is because I've heard many people say, like, when someone's playing Town or someone's playing Newtown, just, go play Mob of the Day, go play Origins, you can get freaking staffs, you can get whatever. I don't really give a flying flip, okay? Because I would rather just go into a map, I would rather hit the box, get the weapons that I want, pack-a-punch them, and then get 4 perks, and then try to go as long as I can. I don't want to worry about building crap. I don't want to worry about upgrading my wonder weapons. I just want to have a fun time trying to survive. That's what zombies is to me. That's why Town comes in at number 7, is because of some of those comments that I've heard and how mad it makes me. So yeah, Town comes in at number 7. Number 6, we have Shangri-La. Now, this is a map that a lot of people hate. There's really no saying any different than that. This is a pretty well-hated map across the community, and it would have ranked probably in my top 3 a few months ago, but this is a map that as time goes on, sadly, I'm starting to dislike more and more, and the reason why is because there's really no good spot to train. Okay, I'm sorry, there's just not. You can do a full map train, that's about it. That's pretty much all you can do. It's pretty much the only Black Ops 1 map, at least as far as, it is the only Black Ops 1 map, that there's no definitive spot to train. And it really makes me mad. That's pretty much the flaw that I really am starting to notice in the map that kind of makes me mad. But it's still a really fun map, man. The vibe of it is insane. You guys obviously know, if you watch some of my other zombie videos, that the vibe is also one of the most important things for me, the vibe you get while playing the map. And it doesn't get much better than Shangri-La. You spawn in, it's just super colorful. You got the monkeys, you're in a flipping jungle. You can go get your perks, get the baby gun. The baby gun's flipping awesome. It's a good map. The only flaw that it really has is no good training spot. That is a big, big flaw, but it's the only flaw that it has that I can think of. So that's why Shangri-La comes in at number 6, because the community seems to hate it, the zombies community, that is. But I think it's a pretty good map. So Shangri-La comes in at number 6. And coming in at number 5, we have a map that I've just started to kind of get into a little bit recently, and that is Revelations. Now, keep in mind, I've played all the Black Ops 3 DLC maps, in the past on other people's consoles, but I just bought them for myself a few days back. And I think initially playing them again, my favorite by far, man, was Revelations. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, Der Ice and Druck's the best. It's like Origins. You can get the 4 elemental wonder weapons. I don't like building crap. I already said that. I don't like upgrading stuff. I don't like building it. I like box and pack-a-punch. That's more my kind of, I guess, repertoire, I guess you would say. And Revelations is pretty good for that, man. I mean, obviously, you got to build the masks, whatever, but you can get the Apothicon Servant and the Thunder Gun out of the box. Now, this is the only map you can get the Apothicon Servant out of the box. On Shadows, you have to flip and build it, and you can't even upgrade it. I'd much rather get it out of the box on Revelations and go pack-a-punch the thing, and then it becomes a beast, man. It becomes an absolute beast. I haven't gotten it out of the box yet for myself, at least in the last couple days. I have in the past, like a long time ago, but that's so much better to me, being able to get the weapon out of the box and then upgrade. No matter how good it is, no matter how OP it is, that's how zombies should be, man. I like the randomness of it, the replayability, and people say this map's too easy. People say, oh, it's just a copy off the past maps. I don't know why anyone would ever say anything like that, because who doesn't love a good nostalgia rush every once in a while? That's why I love the World at War maps so much. That's why I love Black Ops 1 the most, is because of nostalgia. And that is really the reason that I feel like I connected with Revelations again right away, is because of that. You can travel through a piece of every single map, and that is the coolest thing ever, in my opinion. I got flashbacks of watching the trailer and being like, holy crap, this is awesome. And I remember talking to one of my closest friends, you know, and if he's watching this, you know who you are, but I remember talking to one of my closest friends like a year before this, like, what if they combined every past Zombies map into one? And, you know, I was kind of saying, you know, you could pack punch on the moon and then just travel over into Kino and train on the stage, whatever, you know, and just travel through each full map. This is just pieces of maps, but it's almost just as good, man. It really is, in my opinion. So that's why Revelations comes in at number 5. Really amazing map. I look forward to exploring it more. And yeah, it comes in at number 5. And coming in at number 4, we have 5, actually. And this is a map on Black Ops 1 that is extremely, extremely hated by the community. And for one reason, because it's too flippin' hard. But this is another map, man, where, you know, I do agree it is pretty flippin' difficult to get set up. But once you're set up, it is amazing. The vibe of this map, dude. And a lot of people kind of train down in that room with the teleporter where by Jug is, kind of. You go down the first elevator and then you're there. A lot of people train there. I like to train in the starting room with the traps now. Especially if you have like a ray gun or something like that, you can easily get the bonfire sale if you're utilizing the traps correctly. You know what you're doing. When the Pentagon Thief comes, you can easily get that bonfire sale, which is amazing, man. The best drop in Zombies history. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check out my previous video of top 5 Zombies drops. But yeah, 5, hated map because it's too hard. I like the challenge of it, and I love the vibe of the map. So that's why, to me, 5 from Black Ops 1, the Pentagon, comes in at number 4. Now, coming to number 3, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably knew this was coming. It's Moon. Okay, I'm sorry. I know this really isn't the most hated map, because a lot of people do like it. I will say that, including myself. You know, obviously, a lot of you guys probably already know it's my favorite map of all time. But I just don't know how anyone could even dislike this map, dude. I hear people say, oh, it's dull, it's boring. No, it's not. You're on the moon, for Christ's sake. I don't know how many times I have to say it. A lot of people say it's gray, it's, you know, I hate the anti-gravity. That's how it would be if you're on the moon. Why would you not like that? And a lot of people, you know, they say, oh, you know, it's just the astronaut's tedious. You need a little bit of challenge, okay? I'm sorry. And it really doesn't bother you at all when you're set up and you're training in the biodome. The only thing would be an early inconvenience of maybe losing Jug if you got it before round 1 anyway, which, let me mention, that's another unbelievable feature that's not available on any other map. But I don't know how anyone could dislike this map at all. I really don't, and I don't understand why people do. So that's why it comes in at number 3 on my list of the top 10 most underrated Zombies maps. Now, coming in at number 2, we have one that could get a little bit controversial, and that's going to be Die Rise. Now, this is another map a lot of people say, oh, they tease PhD, you know, this would be the map that we would have needed it on. It would be way too OP to have it on this map, man. I'm sorry, it just would be. You'd be able to jump all over the place, go everywhere. It wouldn't even really make any sense when you fall off the building if you were to survive, because there's not even a playable area down there. And I don't understand why people say this is the worst map on Black Ops 2, because I don't think that it is. It might be the worst DLC, but it's still flipping fun, man. It's got the perks. It's got Pack-a-Punch. It's got the Slickle-Fire. It's got pretty much everything you want. And again, random perk spawn, which I said a lot of people hate, but I love, because it creates this replayability that you can't get from anything else in Zombies. And that's why I like the random perk spawn. And I like Die Rise as a map. It comes in at number 2. And coming in at number 1, another controversial one probably, this is going to be Verrückt. Now, Verrückt is a map that I know a lot of people dislike. And a lot of people say it's way too hard, way too close quarters, whatever. I've been playing it lately and getting just incredible vibes from this map, man. Just unbelievable, like scary. I feel like I'm actually in the freaking map, dude. I swear to you. And this has never happened to me on any other map. Let's just say that. And, you know, I like I said, just the original 4 perks, bare bones, nothing else, super tight, train, survive for your life. It's just flipping awesome, man. I love Verrückt. Comes in at number 1. Thanks for watching. That's the vid. Appreciate it. You guys like and subscribe. See you later.